weeks ahead of the 30th anniversary of the signing of Sino-British Joint Declaration, it's time to assess how it has been doing. A group of former Her Majesty's citizens turned up at the British Consulate General in Hong Kong on Friday, November the 21st, urging Britain to fulfill its moral responsibility. They claim that China has breached the promises laid down in the Sino-British Joint Declaration, a treaty signed in Peking on December 19, 1984, which was aimed to ensure that Hong Kong's way of life and core values would be remain unchanged for 50 years after 1997 under the concept of one country, two systems. They urge Britain to hold China into account in any way.
Now we are now here to ask UK government to approach their responsibility. It's very important that she have ever signed the Joint Declaration and promised to us that Hong Kong will have 15 years high autonomy, and the Thatcher ever said they will strive, UK will strive to ensure this Joint Declaration will be approached. It's very important. But now we see China have breached this Joint Declaration and has broken the promise. Then the UK is obligated to pressure the China government and to ensure our highly autonomy will not harm by China government. It's very important. Yeah.
But they insist that they are not begging for British passports.
我哋唔係為咗居英權，我哋唔係 BNO 平權運動，絕對唔係而係話英國咧，我話點解要講 BNO 咧？就係因為香港有350萬個 BNO 持有者，佢哋佔咗香港一半嘅人口啊。英國咧就算唔俾佢哋 BNO 平權都好啊，佢最起碼要保證呢350萬個英國國民，佢哋享有基本人權同埋普及平等選舉，呢個係英國嘅行政責任係不可以忽視㗎。
Recently, Hong Kong has been engaged into an unprecedented battle against China's National People's Congress Standing Committee's decision on implementing universal suffrage in 2016 and 2017. The battle has been dragging on for 55 days and has been dubbed as umbrella movement by some world-class media. Today, the High Court in Hong Kong has given a green light that the bailiffs could execute the injunction orders to clear all the barricades located at the occupied zones, and the police could arrest those who obstruct the operation, purportedly to be taking place next week. So what more could Britain do if it does happen?
如果警察夠膽喺金鐘同埋旺角清場，我強烈呼籲大家呼籲所有嘅流動佔領者即刻上嚟英國領事館要求英國向你哋提供政治保護，同埋要求佢履行返個責任。
Of course, no one knows what will happen next week, but 17 years after the sovereignty change, why they still believe that Britain still has its role on Hong Kong affairs.
My English isn't good enough 喎。
佢話當其時喺文化大革命嘅時候，東龍洲最多浮屍，呢啲浮屍就係因為喺嗰個文化大革命俾人哋抌落去。
I can ask my friends.
Well, it's not easy to handpick a local Chinese to brief us how awful Hong Kong has been governed, but perhaps only those who have been residing in Hong Kong for long can let us know.
Well, they signed an agreement with China on the return of Hong Kong. One country, two systems. It doesn't seem like the two systems part is really working out very well for Hong Kong.
But Britain has been saying that China has been fulfilling its promises to implement the Sino-British Joint Declaration.
The British government says a lot of things. It doesn't make it true.
Indeed, the Commons Foreign Affairs Committee and the Foreign Office have been working on Hong Kong periodically. Why they are still unhappy with Britain's contribution?
The British government only publishes the so-called report on Hong Kong issues every 6 months. But in fact, the report doesn't actually reveal any truth of the real Hong Kong scenario.
It's not yet clear whether this move would trigger off a diplomatic row with China. In a fortnight's time, a delegation led by Sir Richard Ottaway of the Commons Foreign Affairs Committee will be visiting the former British territory, as the group will be investigating the implementation of Sino-British Joint Declaration under the Chinese rule. The protesters have already indicated that they want to see the delegation. Whether they succeed or not, the delegation will inevitably bring embarrassment to Britain and perhaps provoking to China. Eric Low, INT, at the British Consulate General in Hong Kong.